It's up to you to make every journey quantifiable so that you know you're the one who's doing it. Because here you are and you want to go over there, but there's a journey that you have to undertake in order to get what you want. And the thing about the journey is that this journey, you can quantify it because with the power of your emotions and the guidance of your emotions, everything makes sense. Everything is put into perspective. And when you use, it's crazy because you really the emotional manifestation has to be the manifestation that you're looking for, because the physical manifestation is post manifestation, but the pre-manifestation is always the emotion. And your emotion will always tell you where and what direction you're going to. So if you feel negative emotion, that means that you're going away from your desire. You have to go towards your desire in every moment. But there is such a cyclical human tendency to look at where we are. And so then where we are is so enamoring. It becomes so compelling. We have such compelling thoughts that sound like, well, I haven't accomplished this in so long. I've never been able to accomplish it. What is different about this time? What if it doesn't work out? And so they're very compelling. Don't they just sound, because they're compelling because they're rooted in the reality that we're seeing. And since we can see this reality, we give it more importance or more focus or more attention than the reality that we have to subtly tune into. Because this vibrational reality, it's really subtle. And it's not subtle because it's like an exclusive club. It's subtle because you can't use your five senses to translate it. You have to use your vibrational sensors, which is your emotions. And it's crazy because your emotions can tell you everything you need to know. Your emotions literally tell you how to go from here to over there. It tells you what direction you're going in. Because imagine you want $1 billion. You can't go and ask your neighbor, you can't ask your friends, how am I gonna get $1 billion? Because they will never be able to give you advice that you can actually use, because there's so much distortion in what they're saying, because they're including what they think about you and how it relates to them. So they're really giving you the advice that's best for them, because they have to include their own perspective. They have to think about themselves, and they're well-meaning, because everyone is selfish, and everyone should be selfish, because when everyone is selfish, everyone gets what they want. Everyone gets what they want, because this is a benevolent universe, and that's so important to understand, because there's no one. You don't have to pay a price for anything. You don't have to pay a price for anything. The only thing that you have to do is you have to make peace with reality. And making peace with reality, it seems so counterintuitive to humans who are so used to like, no, I need to jump in to do action. Because when you take action from a place of seeing the absence of what you want, the action never works. Isn't that so interesting? You can try, but the action, it won't take you anywhere, because there's not enough leverage in the action that you're using. There's not enough action that you can take if you don't believe in what you want. The first step is you have to get to the vibrational root of everything, because that's how you solve your problems. That's how you change reality, is you get to the vibrational root. And your emotions can help to do that, because your discord has everything to do with how you emotionally are feeling about a certain subject, and how you emotionally feel about a subject is really worth cleaning up. You should never take action. You should never take action until you're inspired to take the action, because anytime you take the action, it'll always flop. It'll never be good enough. And that's not because but here's the thing, it's because your action is so puny in comparison to the action that the universe can orchestrate for you, because you're not the one who gathers the cooperative components. Law of attraction is going to you're going to tell law of attraction what you want, and law of attraction is going to give you it's going to have no chance but to give it to you, because law of attraction does not discriminate. Law of attraction is not saying you didn't pay a big enough price, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Law of attraction doesn't care. Law of attraction doesn't know the difference between if you're feeling something or if you actually have it. And so within this journey of making everything quantifiable, and when you use the astonishing power of your emotions as your guidance system, and so you're like, okay, if I feel good, that means I'm going towards my desire. And if I feel good, that's my indication that if I continue on this path, then I'm going to get to where I want to go. And if I have a negative emotion, because I'm having a negative perspective, then I'm going to go in that direction. And then what I get down the road is going to be a match to that. So it's just this guidance. It's all about, does it start opening to my desire, or is it closing? Does it start feel good? Does it feel satisfying, or does it feel scary? And that's, what's funny? That's all you need. That's literally it. Because when you make peace with reality, that's all you have to do. Because the only reason why you have negative emotions and resistance is because you're compounding where you are. You're pissed about where you are. So where you stand, you stay there longer, because you're like, well, it's compelling, I'm going to look at it. But if you keep looking at it, then you can't create a new reality, because attention to what is just creates more of what is. Attention to unwanted creates more unwanted. But then you think, if I forget my desires, if I don't give my attention to something, If I don't give my attention to something, it doesn't go away. It stays there, but it's my intention. But we're saying it's literally the opposite. It's your lack of attention to something that makes it bounce out of your experience. And so make this journey quantifiable for yourself, meaning you know how to get there. It's not this game of if I'm gonna get there. It's this game of I'm gonna get there, but I need to know how to get there. And the only way I can get there is feeling. You can only feel your way to all of your desires, because feeling is literally, it's like feeling is being in tune with the whole energy that creates the world. It's within you. It's within everyone, and it's everyone is source energy until they're in negative emotion, and that's the one time they're not source energy. They're cut off. And isn't that so interesting? Because humans are so they love negative emotions. They think there's so much value to them, and we think there's value to them too, but there's not as much value as you think there is. There's more drama, and maybe the drama is more fun, but it doesn't have to be like that. You should have everything that you want. You should have everything that you want. And this energy, this stream is so fast. In this vibrational world, tuning is very important. It's all about what you're tuning into. It's all about the frequency that you're on, because whatever frequency you're on, that's what you're translating. That's your perception. That's your readily available manifestation. So if you're on the channel of fear, then all you can translate is more fear. You get more fear, because the law of attraction states when you give your attention to a thought for 17 seconds, closer to 16, when that's the case, you get more thoughts like that. 17 seconds is all it takes to change your whole momentum and the whole trajectory of your life, because it's all now. It's all right now in this moment. Because here's the thing, there's no future. Did you notice that? There's no future, because when the future comes, it's just another now moment. It's all happening now. This now is expanding, and maybe it is a continuum, but we don't want you, because you can't trick your brain. You can't trick your brain into believing something that you don't actually believe. And that's why we say make peace with reality. Make peace with where you're standing, and you know why? Because when you make peace with your reality, when you make peace with where you stand, you go in the flow. You go right back to your alignment. You feel good, and feeling good is productive. All you have to do is make peace with reality. That's the biggest hang up that everyone's experiencing, because if you make peace with reality, if you felt a little better, then you can feel impulses. Then you can receive impulses from your inner being on all the topics that are bothering you. You could, because in this vibrational world, when you go with one desire, when you line up with one desire, when you feel good about one desire, you feel good about all your desires. But when you feel bad about one desire, then you feel bad about every desire. That's what we say. Find the desire that's easier. Find the stick that's the easiest, that you know for a fact is easy for you to go into the vortex on, and use that as your reason to focus. Because when you use it as your reason to focus, you go into it's like the cheat code. You go into the vortex a lot easier. Don't pick up your problem. Pick up the things that are easy to pick up, and just be happy. Think about the subjects that are easy to be happy on, and let those subjects be the basis of your vibration. It's so interesting. It's so interesting to explain to humans what being vibrational is, because it's who you are. You can maybe you don't logistically understand what we're saying, but you can feel the resonance of it, because this is who you are. You are a vibrational creature, and you put yourself into this body. It is our greatest intention to let you know that you came in here, but not all of you did. All of you is not in this body. A part of you is in non-physical energy still, and you have a connection. And there's so much benefit. Think about the benefit of having a part of you that also has a point of attraction, meaning the law of attraction is also responding to your inner being because it has a point of attraction. And guess what? Whenever you want something, your inner being becomes it. And your inner being not only becomes it, it radiates a frequency, and law of attraction responds to it. That's why all the quantum components get assembled so fast. That's why timing is relevant. Did you know that timing is irrelevant in a vibrational world? Because it's not about timing. It's not about how long something takes. It's about your readiness. And your readiness has everything to do with how you feel right now. So how do you feel right now? Are you opening or closing? Are you going with your desire, or are you going against your desire? It's all up to you. You have the freedom to do whatever you want. And this energy and this flow, it shouldn't feel fast, because if it feels fast, it's because you're not up to speed with it yet. You gotta get up to speed. You gotta get ready for your desire. You gotta get ready for abundance. You gotta get ready for everything. And getting ready is so easy, because all you have to do to get ready is make peace with the reality you're seeing, because that reality is the only reason why you're not ready. And the second you do that, once you let go of the oars and you're like, you know what, I am where I am, you get everything you want. And that's crazy, because you literally get everything that you want. And everything you want is a feeling. You get it now. The feeling is now, because when you feel that emotion of satisfaction that becomes into bliss, you know that if you continue on that path, you're going towards everything you want, because the emotional manifestation is so easy to obtain. Everything's easy. This is a vibrational world. use your vibrational sensors, tune into to the vibration, and manifest everything.